Oh, Jesus. I almost took out my toe. That was so scary. We made it. We're gonna make it. Okay. Meow and hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Caitlin, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own virtual pantry on your phone. It's a little bit of a time investment up front just to inventory all the food that you have. But that was actually really fun because you get to scan things, which for like little 6-year-old Caitlin who like only wanted one thing in the world, and that was a cash register with a barcode scanner, this was a really great project. So I'm going to show you how I inventoried my pantry and created a virtual pantry that includes my spices, all of my non-perishables, as well as everything in my fridge and freezer. So if you want to see how I did that and be able to do that yourself, keep watching. So a couple weeks ago, after I did sort of my big grocery shopping day, I went through all of my food. I was like, there has to be a better way to know what food I have and be able to maximize my groceries every month. And I was like, there has to be an app, right? There's an app for this. And there is an app. There are many apps, and I vetted quite a few of them to find one that was the most user-friendly, the interface was really good, and something that would sort of fit my needs, which was basically having a really like pretty looking virtual pantry. So having the items be really easy to see and be able to enter expiration dates for everything, get notified when things are about to expire. Also, ideally, be able to just scan barcodes. So there are actually a handful of apps that will do that for you, but then I also was like, well, if I'm gonna create a virtual pantry on an app, I would also love it if I could have recipes generated for me based on what I already have. And in particular, if I pull up a recipe and I don't have something, it'll let me know. And I found an app that does all of these things in a way that I think is really great. And it's called KitchenPal. So like I said, there are lots of different apps that you can use for this purpose to create a virtual pantry, as well as ones that are strictly recipe generators based on ingredients you have. But I kind of wanted something that was the best of both worlds, and I feel like KitchenPal is that. So you can add items to your virtual fridge, pantry, freezer, and spice rack basically in 3 different ways. So you can scan the barcode, which is awesome. I have not scanned anything yet and had it tell me it couldn't find it. You can enter things by voice, so just say add bananas, or you can type in the item itself. So 3 different ways to add items, which is super nice and another really big benefit of this particular virtual pantry app. So the first thing I did was go through all of my food. So I went through all of my spices and I figured out which ones were expired, and for spices, like more than 4 years expired, because you can actually use spices many years past their expiration date, but it gets to a point where it's like, if it expired in 2012, it should probably go. So I went through all my spices. So this is what I did for each area of my kitchen and going through all of my food. So I figured out what was expired and put that aside. I looked for things that I had a lot of duplicates of and things that I could potentially donate to my local food bank, which is another really great benefit of doing this. So it's great for yourself and it's great to have a sense of what food you have and be able to maximize your groceries. But it's also a really great way to find any items that you might be able to donate, especially to food banks right now that are working so hard to make sure our communities are taken care of and well fed. So the biggest thing was just to scan in every item and enter the expiration date, and then get it back into the cabinet. I definitely made it a little bit more organized than it was, but also what's really great is I don't necessarily have to worry about that too much because the app is gonna organize it for me. And then I went through my freezer and I did the same thing, and then also going through my fridge. And for some reason, my fridge is like, again, I'm just kind of bad about food waste, and the main reason why I wanted to do this was to improve that, because I find every time I clean out my fridge, I throw so much away and I feel really bad. And don't want to keep doing that and wasting food, because obviously it wastes money, but it's also just not great to waste that food. So I am really, really excited to get in the swing of using this app long term and hopefully not do that anymore. And that's how you create a virtual pantry. Thank you so much for spending some time on my channel and watching this video. I hope you are doing well and staying safe and doing the things that you need to do for you to take care of yourself. If you find yourself inspired to create your own virtual pantry, let me know down in the comments. You can also follow me on Instagram at CaitlinDoesItAll and let me know there as well. I've got lots more content coming your way, so I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye!